Here are things that Minecraft 1.21 absolutely needs. First thing, obviously we're all now familiar with the Mace and with what it does, but there's one incredibly upsetting thing about it. If I go into survival, I cannot put any enchantments on there, not even mending, not even unbreaking. And the same applies to the enchantment table. There's nothing there. And that's why we either need new Mace enchantments or just be able to put sword enchantments on the Mace. Speaking of the Mace, it is crafted with the heavy core, and that is the only use for the heavy core as of recording this video. Now, by the time you might be seeing this, a new snapshot could have come out that would have given this thing another use. So far, it's pretty much useless. You get it once, you make a Mace, and you never really need this item ever again. So like, what's the point of it? This thing needs some kind of new use. Even if it's just decoration, like make me be able to put it on the wall, you know? Or make it so that I can like rotate it, kind of like a head, you know? So that at least I can use it for decoration or interact with it, like open something or just something. As number 3, I have something that I think Minecraft really needs, and Mojang also teased it a while back, but it's a new boss. Like, for example, this footage in the background, which is me killing a fire dragon. I mean, yeah, I don't mean like they should add a fire dragon, they should just add some kind of boss, just to make the game more interesting. And I know that they added the warden, but you're not supposed to kill the warden, so he doesn't really count. We need some kind of boss that actually drops something useful. As number 4, I am actually really surprised this isn't a thing yet. But a potion of levitation, why isn't that a thing? Like, if I go to the creative inventory, the only L potions are leaping and luck. So like maybe by putting a shulker shell into a brewing stand, you know, it could make a levitation potion. That would be kinda sick and would be especially useful for some like parkour maps. Bedrock Edition also has a wither potion. I don't know why, but maybe added to Java. Minecraft 1.14 added the fletching table, and they promised us a use for this block. I mean, except for, like, villagers. Because the player cannot use this block, only a villager can. And quite frankly, I think we need an actual use for this block. Like, they already gave us a use for the smithing table, with, you know, applying netherite and armor trims. So maybe do something with the bow, like maybe some customization with the bow. We all know that we can duplicate armor trims, right? So when you find one, you could make an entire set. But why can't we duplicate pottery shards? I mean, it would only make sense if you could just duplicate it, just like an armor trim. Because right now, when you find a pottery shard, you use it once and then you have to find another one. We all love cherry trees, and especially the leaves, because they're different and they're pink. Why don't we still have fall or autumn leaves, however you want to say it, but basically give us a new tree that would have red and yellow leaves. This would be so cool, and I know my custom ones here aren't that good. We already have pink leaves. Why not yellow and red ones? Remember those combat snapshots? Yeah, well, they had this really cool feature where basically all the weapons had different reach. So for example, with the trident, you could reach way further than, for example, an axe. And I think that would make PvP slightly more interesting. Next up, the bundle. I have nothing to say, nothing to add. Like, the bundle is pretty much finished, so just add it to the game finally. Also, since they're adding the armadillo to the savannah, as well as a new dog variant. This is pretty much the perfect time for a savannah update, because the savannah really is like the most boring Minecraft biome. I do think that it needs something more. So why not add the ostriches? I mean, that's a chicken, but like, they promised us the ostriches a long time ago, and they're still not here. And this is the perfect time to add them. Same goes for termites, you know, little bugs that would eat wood. There will be also a new block, which would be the termite nest. I know this is just rooted dirt. There would be these things generated all over the savannah with the new block, and they would eat wood, and they would basically just like strip all wood around them. Or maybe they would even harvest the wood, so you can make like a wood farm with them. Another thing for the savannah, the Baobab trees. They promised those too. If you're wondering, this is just a dark oak tree, but I swapped the dark oak wood with acacia wood. Obviously, we need something more unique. We need a new wood. And one more thing for the savannah, Mojang does love adding endangered species to the game. So why not add the elephant? I think it would be a really cool mob. You could maybe ride it, because people do that in real life. Maybe even villagers could ride them. And you could even have like 2 different variants, like the African elephant, which would spawn in the savannah, and then you could maybe have the Indian elephant spawn in the jungle. And this is an incredibly small jungle. Speaking of the jungle, another cool feature would be adding jungle villages. You know, kinda like going around the trees, in the top of the trees. You know, like these different paths and huts going around the tree logs. That would be incredible, and you could kinda imagine them like the Wookiee villages in Star Wars. The only reason why this probably will never be added is because villagers are stupid. They would all just do this. The Stronghold. It's been the same thing for like literally 500 years. I do think it needs an update. It looks like it was made in 2011. It was made in 2011, but I can't believe this thing has been the same for almost 14 years. Like, add maybe some new loot, some new rooms, you know, make it actually look good, because what the Stronghold is right now is just the end portal and the library. That's like the only 2 reasons why to go there. Like, no one actually cares about anything else in the entire structure. And finally, the craziest one at the end, give us a new dimension. The fans have been begging for a new dimension ever since like the end was added, and ever since like the Nether update, and like give us a new dimension. And if you want to see everything that already is in 1.21, click here on the video on screen right now.